Welcome to our 200th episode of the Wipeout Weekly. What's next for our Wee Surf media empire? Okay. We'll spill. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. Yep. Who would believe it? It's been 200 days since we launched the Wipeout Weekly, powered by Girls Who Can't Surf Good and yours truly. That's 200 daily podcast episodes, including 12 guest interviews and more than 200 stories on surfing culture, history, skills, and etiquette, and of course, surfer profiles. The next chapter is coming. By the end of this year, we will have launched our flagship All Things Surf directory. Imagine being able to find anything and everything surf-related based on your location or desired destination. Surf coaches, rentals, lodging by famous surf breaks, jobs, and surf retreats scheduled for the very week you magically got some time off for. We're not stopping there. Next up, Wee Surf Shoppe, a curated collection of surf pantry items, surf indulgences, that's for you, and surf giftables for those you love and who love to surf. Plus, of course, the Wipeout Weekly merch. 2026, we have two other big things in store. One practical, one fantastical. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. For days, I've been thinking about this 200th episode. How can I make it different and fun? I thought I could ask what surfing means to you and share it on the pod. But that's been done before, and this would also mean more work for you anyway. The solution presented itself on Sunday as I received my Sunday poem newsletter by Terry Moran from Substack. That edition included a poem called Sea Fever by John Masefield. The poem got quoted throughout the years by JFK and Jackie Kennedy. We'll get back to the poem in a hot, sweet minute. I always loved poetry and reciting it aloud. It was something we'd do at school. You'd stand in front of your entire class and recite the poem that was given to you as homework to learn. I'd recite poetry in Polish, English, and Russian. When you read a poem aloud, or you recite it from memory, it takes on a life of its own. Maybe you get to feel what the author felt about the subject. Maybe you discover something completely new. There isn't a ton of poetry about surfing in comparison to, let's say, poems about nature in general. Surfers are usually more focused on surfing rather than pouring their heart out about their feelings about surfing, I guess. But nevertheless, I have come across quite a few, and I'd love to share them with you on Sundays going forward, our own Sunday Surf Poem segment. And did you know there is a Surf Poets Society that organizes regular open mics where you can share your surf art, including poetry? Sounds like a lot of fun to me. Let's begin with Baby Waves by Louise, who wrote it in the Philippines. Baby waves. Maybe I don't want to be better. If your definition of better is to risk the spark of joy and trade it for pangs of burn and bouts of pain, then maybe I don't want to be better. My darling dear, life is already painful as it is. Maybe I want to surf where it wouldn't hurt. And if being around other hurt surfers would, I'd very much fancy riding the waves alone, catch a break or break down on my own. So I want to surf where it wouldn't hurt. My north wind, reality cuts deeper than reefs. Maybe I want to stay in the shallow. If your depth is where I could lose myself yet again and break my back, skin and bones and swim back to shore, or drift lifeless alone, then maybe I just want to stay in the shallow. My grand sea, love should not hurt and bleed. Let me sign off with Sea Fever by John Masefield. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick and the wind's song and the white sails shaking, and a great mist on the sea's face, and a grey dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day, with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray, and the blown spume, and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep, and a sweet dream when the long trek's over. Did it inspire you to write how you feel about surfing? And your time in the ocean? I am very tempted. And if you've ever written something about surfing, haiku, poem, voice note, whatever, I'd love to hear it. Maybe we'll share it in an upcoming Sunday Surf poem. And that's all for today. Check out the Wipeout Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Wipeout Weekly.